Well, good morning and welcome to what could only be described as a momentous occasion for state government. Governor Pence, who joins us today for the signing of House Enrolled Act 1087, has said that while it was a short session for the Indiana General Assembly, thanks to the leadership of our state lawmakers and this administration, it's anything but short on accomplishments. Indeed, this legislative session was a win for Indiana on areas like education, infrastructure, veterans, and fighting drug abuse. A lot was accomplished on behalf of Hoosiers. And I firmly believe that's the case with House Enrolled Act 1087. Often, a visit to a BMV branch is the most personal and direct contact a taxpayer can have with state government. Every employee in this agency takes pride in the fact that throughout our 132 branches across the state, visit times are less than 15 minutes and customer satisfaction is 96%. Yet, when Governor Pence appointed me to serve as a commissioner back in February of last year, he challenged me to ensure that our back office works as well as our front office. One of Governor Pence's priorities has been to cut red tape within state government. So we set out to do exactly that here at the BMV. And House Enrolled Act 1087 is a product of months of hard work and leadership by our team, by Chairman Soliday and his colleagues in the Indiana General Assembly, and so many stakeholders who lent their expertise in creating this bill. Ultimately, we were able to simplify the BMV code, streamline registrations and driver's license, and reduce the complexity in the fee structure so that now the BMV fee chart can fit on one page. So on behalf of the BMV team, we know this is a great start on behalf of Hoosier taxpayers and motorists. But there's still work to be done. So to Governor Pence, let me simply commit to you and to all people of Indiana that we will continue our efforts to make the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles a model experience for our customers, from the back office to the front office. Thank you, Governor, for your confidence in this team. From the executive team, from the employees in all of our 132 branches across the state, from our central office, our operations center. It's really a privilege to serve Hoosiers. And with that, I'd like to introduce the Governor of the state of Indiana, Governor Mike Pence.
Wonderful. Why don't you all come over here behind us? Great. Where's Terry?
Front and center, Terry.
Thank you so very much, Commissioner Abernathy. I am grateful for your leadership and delighted to be among members of your team. It is a joy to be in Greenwood and a joy to be at this branch office. I would make sure and remind all the team members who are here to clear a path. I don't want to have in any way affect our customer service rate time because of the turnout here, and let's make sure that as customers are coming into this Greenwood branch, they can continue to make their way. But we wanted to come here to a working BMV branch because first and foremost, let me say as Governor of the state, I'm incredibly proud of having the best front office Bureau of Motor Vehicles in the United States of America. I really am. This is a great team. This is a great team, and Hoosiers can be proud. 132 licensed branches conduct 12.5 million transactions, all while maintaining branch visit times of less than 15 minutes and customer service approval rates of 96%. You all do a terrific job. You do a terrific job. And that happens to me too all the time. In fact, I commented to Terry, who runs the branch here in Greenwood, As I was walking in, I met a Hoosier in the parking lot. She said, "Governor, good to see you in Greenwood." And I said, "Did they take good care of you?" And she said to me, "Yes, and quickly." And that's what we love to hear. So I want to commend Terry. I want to commend all of the people in blue who are here, who represent hardworking Hoosiers at 132 licensed branches around the state of Indiana, who have really set the pace for customer service in Bureau Motor Vehicles all around the country. But suffice it to say that we all know there have been challenges in the back office. Since the outset of our administration, we have been working to deal with what literally was years and years of errors in administration and implementation of a vast and complex array of fees built into the laws and regulations affecting Hoosier motorists. 2013, we settled a lawsuit for some $30 million. 2014, we identified additional overcharges. In September of 2014, I ordered an outside audit by an internationally recognized firm, BKB, to come in and take a look at our back office and evaluate how we might bring about the kinds of changes that would make the back office work as efficiently and effectively as the front office. That information was presented in May of 2015, and it's driven a significant number of reforms in the back offices as well. In February of that very same year, I'm very pleased that we brought a man with an extraordinary background in business and also military service to lead the Bureau Motor Vehicles. And Kent Abernathy, I'm just grateful that we are at this point and we've achieved this objective to bring real fiscal integrity to the back office of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. And I want to thank you publicly for all your hard work and that of your team in bringing us to this point. We actually, back in 2015, we instituted a series of changes already. We expanded the State Board of Accounts presence in the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. We set up an internal audit department. We established a project management office to create a structured approach for reporting, identifying issues, measuring performance. But we also set ourselves on a course to bring about fundamental legislative reform of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. And that's really what brings us to this branch today. House Enrolled Act 1087 is literally the product of thousands of hours of work by legislators, by members of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and by outside experts. They had a very simple goal that we put forward. Simplify the code overall, streamline registrations and driver's licenses, reduce the complexity in the fee structure, and move fees to their corresponding transactions. It is extraordinary that we are at this point, and as I sign this bill, which is how many pages long? 440-page bill, we're actually going to streamline registrations and driver's license and simplify the code that oversees the Bureau of Motor Vehicles for every single Hoosier. Now, there's a lot of people to thank for this, a lot of people on the team, but no one more than the chairman of the Transportation Committee in the House of Representatives. Chairman Ed Soliday did extraordinary work in bringing forward in record time transformational change in the fees and registration costs for Hoosier motorists. And I believe every Hoosier is in your debt, Mr. Chairman, for your work on this extraordinary legislation. Let me tell you what we're going to sign into law, and then we'll sit down and get it done, and we'll get out of everybody's way and let the team in blue get back to a good day's work. In regards to vehicles registration, this legislation will consolidate the number of weight classes from 21 down to 8 and reduce the number of different ways to register a vehicle from 191 forms of registration to just 23. It creates a prorated system for registering commercial vehicles as well to promote fairness. In regards to fees, approximately 2.1 million Hoosiers will see fee decreases as a result of this legislation. It reduces or eliminates 163 different registration fees. It simplifies the fee structure so that it's consistent and predictable. In fact, I'm delighted to report that the BMV fee chart now can fit on one page. That is an extraordinary step forward in simplification and good government. I mentioned Chairman Soliday, and I couldn't be more grateful for his leadership. I've mentioned Commissioner Abernathy, but let me also thank his Chief of Staff, Peter Lacey, Legislative Director Alex Miller, General Counsel Adam Krupp, all of whom the Chairman knows, spent countless hours taking advantage of the external audit and my directive that we bring about reforms, and did it all in record time for Hoosiers. And we're grateful and proud. So as I sign this into law now, we have gotten through the arduous work of reorganizing the back office operations, but now the difficult task of implementing this legislation begins. That will include upgrading our IT systems and continuing to work with all of the hardworking team members at BMV to make all of these resources and changes available to Hoosiers. So let me just let me end by saying we are addressing here challenges that have beset this agency for more than a decade, and I couldn't be more proud that in this administration we will be able to say by signing this bill that we have set the Bureau of Motor Vehicles on a path where our back office is going to work every bit as well as the best front office BMV in America. Thank you very much. Good to be with you.
Mark Myers here.